Hello YouTube, P187 here. It's a great day today here in London. I'm going to savour it because it's rare occurrence. Today I'm going to ramble about my choice of motorcycle. I actually put months of study and consideration into the choice I made with getting this DRZ Supermoto. Every type of motorcycle has its pros and cons. I picked the DRZ400 Supermoto over a SV650 because the Supermoto suited my setting a lot better. I just want to start this video by saying that Supermotos are definitely not for everyone. There's some usage considerations you need to make before getting one, and my reasons are as follows. I often ride in chaotic city traffic, and being on the Supermoto, Supermotos are typically tall motorcycles. I can see over cars and I can see the dangers ahead of me. Also, here in London it's quite legal to filter through the traffic. Supermotos are also pretty slim, so I can filter through them pretty easily. And the handlebars are usually over the car mirrors, so less risk of hitting someone's mirror. The other thing is most of my rides are only a few miles. Long distance rides, I don't think they're in favour of Supermotos due to the due to the narrow seat, and Supermotos usually have single cylinder engines which are quite vibey. The other thing about my rides, I'm rarely ever on a motorway. The DRZ400 claimed to top out at around 95 miles per hour. Most Supermotos, they're not about top end speed. They're more about low end power and their torque. The other thing is the tank size on Supermotos. They're usually pretty small. This one's just 11 litres. But the cool thing about living in the city where I am is like each petrol station is just like a stone throw apart. Literally, it's just like a mile away from each other you find a petrol station. The other thing is parking in central London is a freaking nightmare. The chances are when you get back to your bike after finishing work, you'll find a scooter parked into it, literally causing all sorts of scratches and whatnot. You see, the Supermoto is good at taking a good few. Yeah, it's good at taking scratches, you know, and it still keeps its great looks. You know, it's a dirt bike. Ooh, Subaru, and it still keeps its good looks. You know, if you scratch it up, it's a dirt bike, isn't it? Whereas if it was a sports bike, you wouldn't be too happy about having a big scratch down the side, because some scooters bar ends have scratched into you as they've gone into park in that bay. Well, the other thing is the Supermoto, it's a head turner. Sports bikes are pretty common here in London, and Supermotos are not so much. So, you know, when people see them, they think, what the hell is that, you know? And so yeah, once I figured out that I was gonna buy a Supermoto, I had to choose which Supermoto I'd want to buy. There's a selection out there. There's a Honda FMX 650. There's the XT660X. There's a few KTMs out there, which are pretty nice, especially the 690sm. But yeah, I chose the DRZ over the others because I've noticed the DRZ it requires far less servicing. It's like 3,000 miles between services. And the other thing is, if I was just to buy a pair of dirt rims and wheels, I could convert this Supermoto into an off-road motorcycle in just minutes. The other reason the DRZ has got a massive aftermarket parts and various other customers. Look at that. That's cool. That's some vintage driving right there. As I was saying, yeah, unlimited amount of aftermarket parts and also replacements and repair bits is so cheap. The DRZ's been in production for over 10 years. So yeah, and pretty much all the parts from the 2000 model should be able to work on the 2007 without any problems. The other thing is the DRZ, the engine is quite tunable on it. For just a small amount of money, you could bring the engine up from 30, I think it's 35 horsepower up to 40. Look at this idiot. You could bring up the horsepower quite drastically with a few cheap modifications to the airbox and the jetting. Before anyone thinks it, no, I'm not anti-sports bike. I actually plan to get one for my distance ride outs, but definitely not for my commutes. I'll stick to the Supermoto for commuting through London. So that's a bad turn. Don't you do it, prick.